Soon, Yuan Yan's petite figure returned to the tent. However, this time, in her soft, tender hands, a parchment scroll, protected by a special force, slowly appeared. It was clear that this little one had mysteriously taken the treasure map scroll without anyone noticing. It's all right now. The toxins will gradually be expelled with her breathing. By tomorrow, she should wake up. Although it sounded simple, when Xiao used flames to force the antidote into her body earlier, he met with fierce resistance. While he eventually suppressed it, it took a lot of his energy. Moreover, Xiao vaguely sensed that this unconscious woman was probably a very powerful battle array master. Thank you. Yuan Yan's eyes were teary as she looked at her sister, whose blackened marks on her brows were fading. Her sister had been unconscious for several days now, and over time, the poison had become even more dangerous. Even Yuan Xiao could do little to fully remove the toxins, only offering some basic treatment. But this Xiao had actually managed to successfully purge the poison, which made Yuan feel a deep sense of gratitude toward him. There's still some time before dawn. Let's go, Xiao spoke again, clearly very interested in the treasure map. All right, let me check on my sister. After Xiao removed the toxins from her sister's body, Yuan was immensely grateful. Without any hesitation, she made a playful face at Xiao and quickly ran to her sister's bedside. She gently stroked her sister's unconscious form. However, Xiao didn't notice that a strange glimmer of light transferred from Yuan Yan's hand to her sister. Let's go, but we must be quiet. Otherwise, we'll be in trouble if those adults find out, Yuan said, and with the help of the array's secret, the two left the camp. After leaving the camp, the two headed deeper into the mountains. However, they noticed that the eerie fog from earlier in the day had greatly diminished during the night. In the silent forest, Xiao and Yuan walked quietly, one after the other. Xiao gaze was vigilant, his radiant soul power always ready. If anything unusual happened, he would be the first to detect it. As time passed, Xiao began to feel that something was off. According to his senses, the soul beasts they encountered along the way had drastically increased in strength. What had started as 1-star Dou level beasts now ranged from 2-star to even 3-star. This left Xiao deeply puzzled. How much further? As they ventured deeper, Xiao furrowed his brow. The Tianming mountain range was fraught with dangers, even on its outskirts. Should be close, Yuan replied, carefully unrolling the scroll. After studying it for a moment, she spoke again. Let me have a look, Xiao said, not caring about anything else as he pulled the scroll toward him. You. Seeing Xiao forceful action, Yuan couldn't help but pout, her small face flushed with anger. As soon as the treasure map appeared in Xiao hands, he saw part of the map depicting the Tianming mountain range. Below a towering cliff, the destination of their journey was marked. Little ancestor, you've gone the wrong way. I knew something didn't feel right, Xiao muttered, rolling his eyes after studying the map. Xiao still trusted Yuan quite a bit, especially since, based on the Devourer of Souls judgment, the Yuan sect was a well-regarded sect and unlikely to engage in any underhanded dealings. Yuan face turned even redder upon hearing this. This way, we're almost there, Xiao said, grabbing the little girl's hand and speeding up. He tore through the void effortlessly, heading toward the location on the map. This is it. A few minutes later, Xiao and Yuan reached the top of a cliff on a mountain branch. Yuan couldn't help but speak up. This was the same cliff where they had saved her sister all those days ago. Don't go any further. This place is no simple matter. In the darkness, Xiao brilliant soul power served as the perfect reconnaissance tool. Through it, he sensed the presence of some mysterious beings lurking in the area. He immediately grabbed Yuan hand. What's wrong? Yuan asked, looking confused, as she was about to approach the cliff, since the treasure map pointed to a spot right below it. Shoo! Xiao made a quiet gesture with his finger, and his expression became serious. The cliff was indeed the location marked on the treasure map, but it seemed to be guarded. Furthermore, Yuan sister had been severely injured and unconscious here. There must be some hidden secrets in this place. Thud. With a soft sound, The two of them quickly ducked behind an ancient tree on the cliff's edge. Whoosh! As soon as the small stone appeared 3 meters above the ground, it was immediately crushed into powder by a mysterious, powerful force. So strange. Xiao Yin furrowed his brow. From what had just happened, it was clear that there was likely a soul beast guarding this place. What should we do now? Yuan Yin, clearly inexperienced with treasure hunts, asked with a fearful expression, staring at the danger before them. It looks like I'll have to go. After thinking for a moment, Xiao Yin decided to knock Yuan Yin unconscious and set up a protective barrier around her. Don't leave her behind. Take her with you. It seems like something down there requires her to activate. The voice of the Devourer of Souls echoed just as Xiao Yin was about to leave her behind. Follow me, I have a way, Xiao Yin said after a brief pause. Okay. Yuan Yin replied. Boom. Soon after, a fiery human figure made of flames appeared behind Xiao Yin, charging forward without hesitation and attacking the land ahead. Swish, swish. The terrifying heat and piercing sounds sent a chill down their spines, but the creature hidden beneath the earth also emerged from the surface. Bang, bang, bang. Under the intense fiery attack from Xiao Yin, a massive pit several meters deep appeared. Inside the pit, a soul beast cautiously surveyed its surroundings. What a guy! It's a treasure-seeking rat. Xiao Yan's eyes locked onto the large, plump rat in the pit, smiling. It seems there really is something valuable down there. The treasure-seeking rat, a soul beast used for treasure hunting, had no offensive power but was incredibly skilled at finding treasures. So the strangeness here is actually due to a formation, Yuan Yin said as she observed the fat rat. The earlier situation was clearly caused by a formation. That doesn't seem right, though. It's not this creature. My sister was seriously injured and poisoned. Yuan Yin shook her head as she looked at the treasure-seeking rat. The guardian must be below. Let's go. We'll check it out, Xiao Yin said, then began driving the treasure-seeking rat away before all three descended from the cliff together. Are you sure it's down there? Yuan Yin mumbled as she watched Xiao Yin control the rat. Looking down at the cliff, she saw nothing but a vast, terrifying precipice. The air around the cliff was filled with a chilling aura, making Yuan Yin feel uneasy. After all, she was still just a little girl. Don't worry, I'll protect you, Xiao Yin reassured her, though he wasn't entirely sure what the Devourer of Souls had meant by his words. Whoosh! Just as Xiao Yin finished speaking, he pulled out a sturdy vine and threw it down, securing it to the bottom of the cliff. I'm going down, Yuan Yin said, her face tense and serious. A moment later, she began descending using the vine Xiao Yin had prepared. Buzz, buzz. As they descended, the treasure-seeking rat emitted a strong resistance, as if trying to break free from Xiao Yan's control. Seeing the rat react like this, there must be treasure below. But such intense resistance. I hope the guardian isn't too powerful, or we'll be in trouble, Xiao Yin muttered as he hovered in midair, pulling on the vine and gritting his teeth. Protecting Yuan Yin meant he couldn't fully exert his strength. What is this? Such a beautiful flower. Yuan Yin paused in her descent as her gaze fixed on a strange flower growing on the cliff. The flower was about to bloom, about the size of a palm, but its alluring red color was unsettling. Don't move, that's a poisonous flower. Xiao Yin quickly stopped Yuan Yin from approaching. Let's go, he urged. We're almost there, Xiao Yin said, keeping a close eye on Yuan Yin. However, neither of them noticed that the strange flower they had passed was slowly blooming, releasing a red mist that drifted downward. The mist soon reached the bottom of the cliff, causing the mysterious creatures there to stir. There's definitely something hidden at the bottom of this cliff, Xiao Yin said as they easily reached the bottom. He quickly scanned the area and spoke up. The scene at the cliff's base immediately filled Xiao Yan's vision. This was a lake, and aside from the rocky outcrop beneath Xiao Yin and the other person, there was nowhere else to stand. Behind them, a cave about 10 feet in height loomed at the far end of the lake, shrouded in darkness and eerie silence. A cold wind howled through the cave, its depths uncertain. Stay close to me, and don't wander off, Xiao Yin reminded. But there seems to be some powerful creature here that's making me uneasy, Yuan Yin said. furrowing her brow. A palpable, invisible aura suppressed her, making her face pale as she stared at the still surface of the lake. Treasure-seeking rat? Xiao muttered, sensing a strange ripple emerge from the water's surface. His treasure-seeking rat instantly fluffed up in alarm, struggling to break free from Xiao grasp as it scrambled toward the cliffside. Whoosh! The water's surface churned violently, and a massive creature surged forth. Good heavens! It's the goo-poison sky serpent. Xiao pupils contracted as he stared seriously at the enormous creature before him. The goo-poison sky serpent was a special type of soul beast that thrived on venom, with its entire body, including its scales, imbued with potent toxins. Even the slightest touch would result in a fatal poisoning, and it was known for its violent nature, making it a true killer among soul beasts. Hiss hiss. The goo-poison sky serpent emerged from the water, twisting its enormous body and emitting shrill, ear-piercing growls as if asserting its dominance. Explosion technique. Xiao didn't hesitate. A surge of immense flames compressed within his body, fueling him to move at an incredible speed, lifting Yuan effortlessly above the lake. Plop. The serpent's cold, indifferent eyes locked onto them, almost as though they were prey. Its body suddenly expanded and lunged toward them. Swish! As the serpent moved, its body glowed with a green light, and Xiao immediately sensed the overwhelming poison in the air. His heart skipped a beat. This toxic force could easily annihilate them. Boom boom boom. Xiao utilized his explosive speed, swiftly dodging the serpent's attack while guiding Yuan. He lightly tapped his foot on the water's surface, evading the serpent's strike. The lake water is toxic. At that moment, Xiao noticed eerie green light gathering around his foot as he moved, drawing closer to his body. However, due to the restrictions on flight and the lack of freedom in the heavenly Nether Mountain range, Xiao and Yuan found themselves unable to act quickly. Boom boom boom. Xiao summoned his Do Qi to shield Yuan, then hurled her toward a protruding rock on the cliff. Stay here. After ensuring Yuan was safe, Xiao returned to the rocky outcrop in the lake. His flames erupted like a volcano, causing the very space around him to tremble with their intense heat. Fire, come! Xiao shouted, his voice resounding through the air, and the temperature of the entire lake suddenly spiked. Hiss hiss. The goo-poison sky serpent recoiled slightly, its green glow dimming as it instinctively feared the fire, being a cold-blooded creature. Sea of fire. Xiao growled under his breath. Crimson flames surged outward, and with the strength of his great heavenly seed, he quickly surrounded the entire lake with fire. Voom! The goo-poison sky serpent was roughly at the mid-3-star Docian stage, but under Xiao powerful flames, it became flustered. With its high intelligence, it recognized that these flames could spell its doom. Plop! The serpent vanished back into the lake, unwilling to continue facing the overwhelming fire. With Xiao great heavenly seed amplifying his flames fourfold, it knew it was no match. Let's go. Although Xiao was somewhat puzzled by the serpent's retreat, he didn't have time to dwell on it. He immediately grabbed Yuan and hurried toward the cave at the lake's far end. Hee hee. Damn humans. This king has guarded this treasure for hundreds of years. If it weren't for the seal that I've been unable to break, you'd never have had the chance to interfere. But no matter. I'll use your power to break the seal, and then, you'll all be mine. A voice murmured from the depths of the water as the goo-poison sky serpent's enormous snake eyes appeared before fading, transforming into a human figure standing on the water. You all right? Yuan asked with concern, noticing Xiao pale face as they entered the cave. I'm fine, Xiao replied. He gathered his flames at the tip of his toes, easily dispersing the green energy that had been surrounding them. Let's go. This should be the end of the treasure map. Let's take a look inside. After treating his wound, Xiao spoke softly, his gaze growing deep as he looked into the depths of the cave. This place feels strange. It seems to have a very powerful restraining force. Be careful, Yuan said with her large, watery eyes, seemingly piercing the darkness as she spoke. All right. Xiao remained calm on the surface, but deep down, he was somewhat shaken. After all, for one so young to detect so many mysteries, this girl must have many secrets of her own. Whoosh! The ominous wind howled, and strange, cold gusts of wind swept through, sending a chill down their spines. This cave is strange. The cave was so dark that Xiao activated his Do core, and fiery energy surged from his body, spreading along the walls of the cave. Drip, drip. In some places, there was the rare sound of water dripping. The energy within the droplets was exactly the same as the one from the surrounding lake. Ah! Yuan suddenly exclaimed in surprise. What is it? Hearing her, Xiao quickly moved towards her. This seems to be a barrier. I just bumped into it, Yuan said, her curious little face gazing at the dark space in front of them. This? Xiao murmured, enveloping his hand with fiery power before gently reaching into the empty space ahead. Thud. It felt as though the transparent space was blocked by something, as Xiao hand froze in midair. A barrier's power. Xiao muttered to himself. At that moment, Xiao movement was halted, despite there being nothing in front of them. As they tried to move forward, they were blocked by an invisible, colorless force. Fire. Xiao snorted coldly, preparing to use brilliant flames to try and break the strange barrier. Big brother, I have a way. Yuan's small face suddenly spoke up, her voice filled with a proud tone. You? Xiao had his doubts, but the next moment, Yuan's actions made him calm down. Buzz. Yuan sat steadily, and waves of powerful core inscriptions surged from her dantian, quickly spreading throughout the cave. Strange, this girl's core inscriptions, though fewer than 30,000, seem far stronger than my 33,000. Xiao noticed immediately. Go! Almost 30,000 core inscriptions surrounded Yuan, and with her command, they formed massive energy ripples, charging toward the mysterious restraining force. Yuan wasn't too worried. After all, Xiao had saved her sister, and core inscriptions, especially those of a battle array master, were among the most mysterious things in the Great Thousand Worlds. She didn't feel the need to be overly cautious, unaware that Xiao had already investigated everything. Whoosh! The powerful core inscriptions reached the mysterious restraint, scattering into silver liquid pools that quickly adhered to the void. So it's the gate of space restriction? No wonder it's so mysterious. Yuan's actions revealed the true nature of the restraint. In front of them, Xiao saw a silver stone door completely sealing their path, and on the door were ancient, powerful, and obscure patterns slowly appearing. This girl's use of core inscriptions is far more powerful than mine. Xiao smiled wryly, watching Yuan effortlessly reveal the barrier's true form. Who could have imagined that such a young girl was hiding such depth? The gate of space restriction? Xiao asked, clearly intrigued by this unfamiliar term. The gate of space restriction is a rare technique in formations, Yuan explained. It combines spatial energy with a formation to hide the restraint within a special space, serving as a sealing door to protect certain places. To break such a restraint, one must use a matching power to reveal its true form and break it. The patterns on this stone door look difficult, Xiao frowned, clearly unsure how to proceed. Hee, I have a solution. I happened to come across something like this in the ancient texts when I was at the sect. These two fellows, they really do have a way. Meanwhile, at the spot where the two had just passed, a pair of subtly hidden green serpent eyes flickered in and out of sight, but Xiao and the others failed to notice. Whum! Not long after, Yuan directly sat cross-legged, and dazzling core inscriptions and do qi surged out simultaneously, slowly swirling around her body. This is... what profound knowledge in formations! Watching as the do qi and core inscriptions slowly merged together around Yuan, a strange force, one that even Xiao found somewhat fearful, began to emanate from Yuan's body. Go! With a delicate snort, Yuan suddenly shifted her jade hand, and countless complex hand seals were instantly cast. Under these intricate hand seals, the special power, which combined do qi and core inscriptions, easily shot toward the void seal door. Boom, boom, boom. Yuan Yan's attack appeared soft and powerless, yet it easily adhered to the void seal door. In the next moment, the ancient patterns on the door were slowly filled with the special liquid, and soon, the ancient runes vanished without a trace. Now, it's up to you, big brother. My power can't open this stone door anymore. After completing everything, Yuan Yan's breath weakened, clearly having expended a lot of energy merging the Do Chi and core inscriptions. Rest for a moment, just leave the rest to me. Xiao Yin smiled at her, sending a gentle surge of power into her body. Then, with a casual wave of his hand, a fire whip several dozen feet long shot toward the void seal door. Rumble. Without the protection of the ancient patterns, the stone door became fragile and was easily destroyed by Xiao Yin. This is an ancient formation map? At that moment, as the stone door shattered completely, the core of the cave appeared before them. Yuan Yin, who was initially about to rest, had her large, watery eyes suddenly shrink in shock as she stared intently at the scene inside, exclaiming in astonishment, "This is..." With the disappearance of the void seal door, a shocking scene appeared before their eyes. They were standing at the base of a cliff, and through the void seal door, they could see an entirely new world. Before them lay an endless void, filled with yellow rocks of varying sizes. So this is a void seal door connecting to another alternate space? Judging by the arrangement and power of this ancient formation map, the senior who sat here in meditation must have been a powerful being, Yuan Yin said, staring at the stunning scene below, her voice filled with surprise. An ancient formation map? Xiao Yan's lips curled into a faint smile. Clearly, he was familiar with such things. The strength of a battle array master lies in their ability to take on many opponents, but their rarity meant that most humans couldn't use formations. Formation maps, however, are the works of battle array masters. With their unique and ingenious power, they draw up and store core inscriptions and special runes into these maps for others to use. Hence, powerful battle array masters are also the creators of formation maps. A battle array master can easily create and derive various powerful formations using core inscriptions. While formation maps are different, they are products of battle array masters, and anyone who possesses a formation map can use the formations within it. Let's go in and take a look. Xiao Yin furrowed his brow. Yuan Yin nodded seriously, knowing that every battle array master's dwelling is the accumulation of their lifelong knowledge. As a battle array master, nothing could be more enticing than this. Though Yuan Yin was young, her talent and insight were incredibly formidable. If she could acquire the insights and teachings of this battle array master's life, her future achievements would be limitless. Whoosh! As soon as she finished speaking, the two of them passed through the void seal door and entered the alternate space. As they stepped into the space, a heavy sensation pressed down on them. Through the bizarre rocks, a sense of awe unconsciously surged within them. However, just after entering, their vision was still obscured by countless rocks. Clang! As they passed through the void seal door, the entrance they had come through instantly disappeared. Don't worry, I have a way to get back. Xiao Yin smiled casually, as he controlled the space-shifting hand seal, capable of short-distance spatial travel. Going back was as easy as a thought. Such a powerful formation, Yuan Yin said, her eyes glued to the enormous formation below them. Xiao Yin and his companion stood at the highest point of the center of the space, while below, the landscape appeared as a concave basin. Surrounding the basin were countless yellow rocks, upon which numerous layers of eerie white bones were arranged in a disorderly fashion. The residual aura emanating from these bones was far stronger than Xiao Yin and his companion's own power, and the sheer number of bones, likely thousands, was truly terrifying. At first glance, the rocks seemed to emit an overwhelming sense of oppression, as though enormous chains connected the rocks together. In the very center, surrounded by these chained rocks, there was a flat area of about several dozen meters. On the flat area, there was a stone table, exquisitely crafted with lifelike carvings of birds and beasts. At the edge of the table stood a figure seemingly carved from yellow rock. The stone figure stood quietly, holding a pale yellow scroll, as if reading it with great care. Beneath the table were two wooden treasure chests, the most eye-catching objects in the area. However, despite the eerie bones scattered all over the rocks, none had ventured onto the flat area. It seems this treasure isn't so easy to take, Xiao said cautiously as he observed the hundreds of white bones. These rocks and chains are probably part of a formation used for attack. Be careful, Yuan said, her beautiful eyes flashing slightly. With her immense spiritual power, she could clearly sense a terrifying aura emanating from the rock formation. I'll go take a look. Stay here and don't move, Xiao said after a moment's thought. Given how dangerous the situation was below, his nature wouldn't allow Yuan to take such risks. Yuan absent-mindedly agreed, but her gaze drifted through the endless void, focusing intently on the stone figure at the center of the basin. This stone figure seems a bit familiar, Yuan muttered. Have I seen it somewhere before? Yuan? After some contemplation, an odd phrase suddenly popped into her mind. Bang! 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 Xiao body was enveloped in flames as he carefully leaped onto the rocks below. Immediately, everything fell silent with no strange occurrences. Strange. Was that just an illusion? Xiao gently touched the eerie rocks, only to feel a cold chill rising from them, and even a strange, resisting aura spreading from deep within the rocks. These rocks seemed to have life? Xiao furrowed his brow, suddenly realizing something. Bang! 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 In the next moment, the rocks began to move rapidly under the influence of the chains, as though a massive force was sweeping over the area, enveloping Xiao in an unbreakable grip. Not good. Xiao immediately released his radiant soul power. Just as he detected the strange change in the rocks, he attempted to take action, only to be stopped in his tracks. Boom! Countless rocks surged chaotically in all directions. Each rock emanated an aura powerful enough to easily annihilate Xiao. Sea of flames. Xiao shouted, fiery flames bursting from his body. But before he could take further action, the weight of the rocks immediately extinguished the flames. 7-layer Skybreaker Ruler. Another roar erupted from Xiao as he took out the ancient ruler of heavenly flames and struck the rocks with it. Yet there was no response. Strange. These rocks don't attack me, but their defensive power is incredibly damaging. Why is that? Despite being surrounded by countless rocks, leaving him with only a few meters of space to move, Xiao, through a narrow gap, noticed Yuan. She was drenched in sweat, her delicate hands unleashing her dou qi as she attacked the stone figure at the center of the flat area. Following Yuan's attack, Xiao looked toward the stone figure and saw a layer of white jade-colored light appearing on its surface. That's Qin Kuan Jade Wall? Xiao exclaimed in surprise, his powerful soul sense immediately recognizing the glowing white jade object in the stone figure's arms. Qin Kuan Jade Wall. Xiao eyes widened as he gazed at the dazzling light in the stone figure's hands. The Qin Kuan Jade Wall was one of the most powerful immortal artifacts in the Great Thousand Worlds. It was widely known that immortal artifacts in the Great Thousand Worlds were categorized from 1st grade to 9th grade, with each corresponding to a certain level of Douxian. However, some artifacts transcended this system. The Qin Kuan Jade Wall was one such artifact, far beyond the scope of ordinary immortal tools. Common immortal artifacts possessed immense power, but their true strength could only be harnessed by a user. However, the 108 immortal artifacts were different. Each of them possessed terrifying powers that were beyond comprehension, some even having remarkable intelligence. Even without human control, simply by instinct, they stored unimaginable, immense power within, far surpassing ordinary artifacts. Therefore, they transcended the category of typical immortal artifacts. For this reason, many individuals from the Great Thousand Worlds, who were interested in powerful items, gathered various immortal artifacts with mysterious and divine powers from the 7 realms, forming the list of the 108 immortal artifacts in the Great Thousand Worlds. Without a doubt, any one of the 108 immortal artifacts was far stronger than an ordinary immortal artifact. This is why they are known as the 108 immortal artifacts. You little rascal, I didn't expect you to have such good luck. The devourer of souls could not help but speak. Master, what exactly is the use of the heaven-earth jade wall? Xiao asked softly. Xiao vaguely remembered that the heaven-earth jade wall was indeed one of the 108 immortal artifacts, but he did not know its exact power. The heaven-earth jade wall, it is the nemesis of ghostly energy. It is also said to be a mysterious artifact that can assist in cultivating mental power. It doesn't have powerful offensive capabilities, but once the heaven-earth jade wall is used, even strong individuals from the ghost realm will find it impossible to break through its immense defense in a short time. Mental power is the foundation for battle array masters. As for whether it can assist in mental power cultivation, I am not sure. The body of the heaven-earth jade wall is actually a piece of white jade, and it ranks 80th among the immortal artifacts. The voice of the devourer of souls resonated with authority. I wonder, would the heaven-earth jade wall be stronger than your soul-devouring talisman, Master? Xiao asked with some confusion. You little brat, what are you thinking? The devourer of souls scolded. Although the 108 immortal artifacts of the Great Thousand Worlds are indeed powerful, compared to our ghost realm's 12 wicked weapons, they are nothing. Perhaps only the top 10 immortal artifacts could even compare to my soul-devouring talisman. But don't forget, the Great Thousand Worlds are divided into 7 realms, and while the 108 immortal artifacts are scattered throughout, there are weapons within the 7 realms that are even stronger than these immortal artifacts. In the Ghost Realm, we call them the 12 wicked weapons. These are the most powerful treasures in the Ghost Realm. With a flip of the hand, they can annihilate everything. In your human realm, the divine weapons are divided into 18 sacred artifacts. The voice of the devourer of souls was filled with envy. 18 sacred artifacts? Xiao was stunned upon hearing this. Clearly, these 18 sacred artifacts likely had power on par with the soul-devouring talisman. Hehe, this is far beyond your reach for now. But you must understand, the power and might of sacred artifacts are incomparable to mere immortal artifacts. Their power is enough to destroy heaven and earth. The devourer of souls laughed. Boom. Just as Xiao and the devourer of souls were conversing, Yuan's face turned red, and her aura became weak. Crash. At that moment, the stone figure in the center of the ground emitted a mysterious white jade light, which surged with a soft force, shooting directly at Yuan. Plop. Xiao quickly activated his space-shifting handprint, appearing in front of Yuan in the blink of an eye. The dazzling ancient ruler of heavenly flames, empowered with overwhelming firepower, clashed with the mysterious force. Boom. The two forces collided, creating a thunderous explosion that echoed for a long time. Are you all right? Xiao immediately turned to ask after blocking the attack. Before his words even fell, the ground beneath their feet began to tremble. Countless rocks and chains writhed and surged like a tidal wave, carrying an immense pressure that could easily obliterate a 3-star Do Xian. This is a formation. The stone figure is the core of the formation. Only by destroying the stone figure can we stop this formation. Otherwise, with this senior's expertise in formations, both of us will fall here. Yuan's face showed rare calmness as she spoke slowly. Whoosh. As Yuan spoke, the white jade light emitted by the heaven-earth jade wall on the stone figure dimmed, returning to calm. However, the disturbance caused by the previous scene triggered the stone formation to rapidly launch another attack. Boom, boom, boom. A furious roar sounded as the rocks quickly formed into a massive dragon, 100 feet long. It swung its head and tail, charging toward Xiao and Yuan, surrounded by yellow mist, exuding an aura of mystery. We have no choice but to try. Xiaoyan's aura surged as his body trembled. He pointed his finger, and a destructive flame, like a hammer, spread out instantly. Skyvault first finger. With a low roar, brilliant power gathered at his fingertip and surged toward the rock dragon. Boom. 2 fingers. With another powerful shout, the beam of light from his fingers twisted and surged with even more ferocity than before. No, this power isn't enough. Seeing Xiaoyan's actions, Yuan shook her head. I know, but my target is not you. Ancient ruler of heavenly flames, go. Watching the second beam of light block the attack from the rock dragon, Xiao Yan's eyes and soul force locked onto the stone figure below. He infused the ancient ruler of heavenly flames with dazzling flame energy, and then, like an arrow being shot from a bow, it sped toward the stone figure. The ancient ruler of heavenly flames, carrying destructive energy, easily reached the stone figure. The sharp beam of light was about to pierce its stone body. Buzz, buzz, buzz. The stone figure sensed Xiao Yan's move, and white jade-like light began to surge from its body, desperately resisting the attack from the ancient ruler of heavenly flames. Break! Watching the two locked in a stalemate, Xiao Yan coldly snorted. Thud! With a sound of impact, the unstoppable ancient ruler of heavenly flames suddenly cleaved the stone figure's body in half. The next moment, the rock dragon in front of Xiao Yan and Yuan collapsed like it had lost all its strength, disintegrating into rubble. From the lower part of the stone figure's body, a faint white jade-like glow slowly emerged, revealing that inside its body, many mysterious patterns were etched. So this senior actually hid the core inscription within its body. No wonder. Yuan shook her head, realizing that when they had fought the stone figure earlier, they hadn't discovered the location of the core inscription. Otherwise, they wouldn't have encountered so much trouble. So this is the Heaven-Earth Jade Wall? Both of their gazes were now fully fixed on the palm-sized white jade-like glow below.